Woo! You can tell it's the last week before Dragon Con because I'm wearing black socks, which means I haven't done laundry in a while. So we are now 2 episodes deep in the Heroes of Cosplay, and I figured I would share my thoughts. It's been a couple of days since I saw the last episode, and I've been sort of collecting my thoughts and trying not to have a knee-jerk reaction to what went on the show. First of all, online it seems like a lot of people are kind of bummed about the show and have this attitude of the show is ruining cosplay for us. I think that's kind of a overstatement. In fact, there's a video by fan service Renji that you should go check out. That's really good and funny. That sort of tackles that issue. I've been watching every episode twice because first of all I work while I watch stuff and I miss a lot of stuff. But also there are elements of every episode that I like really enjoy. The part where Chloe went and got help from Jessica and Holly to build part of her costume was really fantastic. I enjoy the collaborative nature of cosplay, and I like that they really put a good job showcasing that. There were, of course, plenty of parts of each episode that I did not really enjoy. In fact, there was an article on the RPF Pulse, which, if you have not checked out yet, pulse.rpf.com, which is a great place to get news on things like costuming and prop making in Hollywood, and featured articles from the RPF. Anyway, that article was something like Yaya Han versus Jessica Negri, blah, which was kind of the attitude of episode 2. There was sort of this head-to-head thing, like so-and-so thinks cosplay should be this, and so-and-so thinks cosplay should be that, and they're actually, I'm pretty sure they're buddies. They don't actually get in fist fights. Anyway, the link to that article is down there. Go check it out. Part of that article that really sort of sunk home with me was a comment by Jinyo from the Replica Prop Forums and the show, and he's on Heroes of Cosplay. In his comment, he mentioned the frankenbite, which I had never heard that term before, so I went and looked it up. And a frankenbite is, in the making of reality television shows, several recorded clips edited seamlessly together, i.e. Frankenstein's monster and soundbite. So essentially they take, you know, hours of footage, distill it down to the most interesting or the most controversial 1 minute of footage. For example, the scene in the last episode where they're all having dinner and chatting, which would be the most controversial scene in the episode, I would say. Yaya said they did like 2.5 hours of filming, so they had tons and tons of stuff. It got edited down to like 30 seconds of, you know, sound-bitey goodness that sort of, you imagine how easily that could be taken out of context. Basically, I mean, if you take any footage, that much footage, and chop it down to that much tiny bite-sized stuff, what you're creating is fiction. And what I've decided to do when watching Heroes of Cosplay is it's fictional. The show is fiction. It just happens to star people that I know who are real people, not actors. But the context of the show is pure fiction. And I think that if I go into it like that for the remaining episodes and then just try and enjoy the, you know, the crafting aspect and the collaborative aspect of cosplay that's in there, I think I can continue to enjoy it. Just the rest of it is fictional, not real, basically made up. It's all storytelling, and someone has to be the villain. This last episode, it seems like they made Jessica Negri out to be the antagonist, which is kind of a bummer because she's really nice. In fact, she helped me cast guns in my shop when she was here for Emerald City Comic Con. She's a real sweetheart, and it's a bummer that she was the bad guy in this episode. If you are worried that your favorite cosplayer who is on the show might have said something that makes them sound like a jerk or whatever, the fantastic thing you could do is you can contact them. We don't live in a vacuum, and they're real people who really exist on planet Earth, and you can go to their Facebook page or their YouTube channel or Twitter, and most of them are super active and will respond to you. I know Yaya will. I chat with Jessica and Holly all the time. They're pals of mine, and they're really great about getting back to people. In fact, Yaya put a really big post on her Facebook page sort of explaining really where she stands when it comes to cosplay. So if you really want to know where she stands, go read that. I'll put a link down below. And also, you just go on Twitter. Just ask her. She's really good about that. Finally, Chloe Dykstra put a really great video up on YouTube that sort of captures how she feels about cosplay. And it mirrors a lot of the stuff that I said in my video a couple back about who should cosplay what character and all that. So go check that out too. More links everywhere. I know everyone's got opinions about this show, and I want to hear them, and I really want to have a discussion. So I know people do, video responses, comments, talk to me on Twitter at Chinbeard. I want to talk back and forth about this and see what you guys think. So thanks for watching, and yeah, let's look forward to episode 3.